Test. Okay, back again another live stream broadcast or podcast or whatever that is. So basically, the less intentional weekly scheduled free time, I basically cannot do any product personal productivity things I can, just like in the previous week. So basically, in so 2 previous week from now, because yeah, there is a sudden meeting, unnecessary ones that basically pretty annoying in my main job of tasks. So yeah, I decided to attend it for quite a long time, which basically until I finally got interrupted without doing anything. So yeah, that's the reason why I basically able to do some productivity things, if I'm not mistaken, in the unintentional free time. But I decided to only try to do the good behavior recording for around 10 minutes, just like right now. So I previously already tried to do the good behavior recording for around 10 minutes, and yeah, I decided to do many main job of tasks things, because yeah, there's a lot of work, or maybe the work that basically suspended for quite a long time. So that's the reason why yeah, last week it's not that productive. And I think after that I basically didn't get any additional unintentional free time, I guess, I'm not sure. So basically, I also got another meeting in around 10 minutes, so I basically try to separate the intentional weekly scheduled free time in this week for trying to reduce the good behavior recording duration, and try to do this main channel unnecessary live stream, which I just don't know whether it basically got any view or not, because yeah, I basically already tried to upload a video to the newly created channels that basically for karaoke and for the good behavior recording, which previously already got a channel that, but yeah, it was basically deprecated for quite a long time that I just can't remember. So, and some of the karaoke is actually separated, so for the English version is basically come directly into the YouTube. And yeah, obviously it basically create or cause a copyright content, but yeah, even if it is contain copyright content, it still has zero views, just like an original content. So, and also for the Indonesian or the native language karaoke, I basically try to upload it into the newly created account on the short video platform. So I basically try to use the online video editor to convert the Animoji recording that was previously in horizontal aspect ratio into vertical orientation. And yeah, the size of the rendered video is actually 20 times bigger, 10 to 20 times bigger than the original file size. So it's just doesn't make any sense, and yeah, it's just waste of my space. Even though in order to upload the video footage into the online video editor, it's basically pretty small, but when I try to upload it into the TikTok or the short video platform, it just doesn't make any sense. For just around 5 minutes video, it's around 200 megabytes, which is 10 times bigger than the original recorded footage from the OBS, which only 15 to 20 megabytes. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm not sure whether I will try to do it over and over again, or I basically try to reduce the quality, because I basically try to use the same exact quality that I usually try to do with my native language podcast in the other newly created channel that I cannot mention but it basically has the same exact account than the account that basically try to focus on native language karaoke. So yeah, that's the reason why. And basically I because maybe the video is only contains some repetitive elements, so even for 10 minutes of video I think I only have the size of 100 megabytes, I guess, or maybe vertical aspect ratio tend to have a bigger size than the horizontal one. I'm not sure. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. So I basically have a lot of hard drive space, but yes, I basically try to separate something that's basically pretty important and something that's basically not important. So that's the reason why I just don't want to put so many data in a single drive, because I'm afraid if something goes wrong then I basically lost the important files. And yeah, to filter those into the same exact drive is pretty hard, because yeah, I already got a lot of data that I always think it is basically important, even though yeah, I never really try to utilize those data anymore, because I prefer to create a new data instead of recycle the old data. So yeah, it's still 6 minutes. I don't know what else that I basically try to talk about, because yeah, it's been a while that I basically not create any personal productivity things that I need to spare time to prevent any kind of interruption. Because yeah, if you talk about processing the video that I already tried to prepare, it's basically can be done at any time, because the process is basically asynchronous, even though it's still pretty annoying, because I'm still using the old middle 2013 MacBook Air for processing all of those things, and it's really make it a little bit overload, perhaps, I don't know, because especially when I try to open the offline video editor, which I don't know whether I'm still able to do it or not, because I basically wanted to use the new MacBook Pro, not really new, so the 2019 mid 2019 MacBook Pro, but yeah, I am still need to find the HDMI to display port, because I have tried to bought the display port to HDMI converter, but sadly it doesn't work reversible. So it's probably like converting from analog to digital, which is basically obviously not reversible, but I just don't expect that digital is also act the same way. So yeah, that's pretty annoying. Maybe because the display port have different kind of protocol that the HDMI didn't have. I'm not sure. So yeah, I don't know whether it is pretty common to have an HDMI to display port, or I basically need to bought it from overseas, because yes, some of the cable converter is pretty hard to find, such as the USB-C extender, which is only exists from where if I basically try to import it from China directly, because yeah, even though it's basically can be homemade or created homemade, but yeah, people never really create those kind of converter. I don't know whether I used to have a seller that I always try to bought cable converter from there, but I don't know whether it is still exists or not, because it's still when I know those seller, it's basically still in the very old platform. That's I don't know whether there is still a people that use those kind of platform to buy something or not, because yeah, it's already pretty old, and it's almost 10 minutes. I don't know what else that I basically want to talk about, so I've basically still have so many pre-recorded Animoji or pre-recorded footage that I basically want to create with Animoji, even though I basically don't know when will I basically process any kind of footage that already have an Animoji. But for the one that haven't got any Animoji and I basically want to create, I still have so many. And yeah, especially when I basically try to record any kind of gaming footage that I try to do in this main gaming account for the same game that I basically already play for almost 1 years. So yeah, I usually try to stream, or I usually try to just play without any kind of stream and recording. So that's the reason why right now I basically try to do the recording, even though yeah, if I basically didn't try to prepare the Animoji all the time, it's basically making it there's bigger in terms of the video that basically postponed to be created later. So yeah, I basically need more time in the future, which I will try to do it in a single time. So yeah, oh well, I think that's all that I can say, because yeah, I will got some meeting that's probably short perhaps, or so later if I basically still have some time, I basically need to do the native language podcast, which I basically need to prepare for next week. Consistency, and yeah, there's still 40 minutes if I'm not mistaken, or 4 episodes that I need to prepare for the next season. And